Welcome everyone to this special teaching that Khenpo Tenzin on the Space-Expanse Supplication. We'll begin with the yellow prayer book, opening prayers on page 1. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until attaining the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and the other perfections, May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Mandala offering. An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine. By offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping, completely liberated from the bounds of real and unreal, transcending the names and attributes of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial. The supreme mandala is the natural state. When I offer it, bless me to attain the state of Buddhahood. Om Guru Deva Da Kini Ratna Mandala Prakticha Soha. Page 11. Please turn the wheel of Dharma of the greater, lesser, and common vehicles according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Pamodra Bajawan Gongba Gajulama Nanje Dajon She Danandana Zara Damje da Lama Labala Yejisozo Lazon Yunde Jamsen Alawa Dendre Donjendre Begele Zor Dazolo Chuzandro Varzinja Labdosor Julamdandro Varzinja Labdosor Landro Vaze Varzinja Labdosor Hawaii Zanjavra Zinjala Doso Gange Denjanja Wanjong Gapa Meba Je Meba Jepa Meba Da Meba Meba Do Meba Tade Do Me Deje Me Drubanya Je Damba Zoba Zanje Mananje Damba De La Janzar Do Drenje Zava Lama Je Kuzon Doje Sinlan Da Ge Julan Bude Many dear Dharma friends. Today I'm going to teach the Space-Expanse Supplication, as you know. Actually, this teaching is profound teaching of Lord Jigten Sunggung. As you know, who is Lord Jigten Sunggung? I just remind you that Lord Jigten Sunggung is a manifestation of Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna is the great master which Buddha already prophecy. So then also, if I briefly bring the names of these spiritual lineage gurus, the Lord Jigten Sunggung is a disciple of Pamodrpa. Pamodrpa's guru is Gampopa. Gampopa's guru is Malarepa. Malarepa's guru is uh, Marpa's guru is Naropa. Naropa's guru is Telopa. So Telopa guru is actually Telopa say okay. So Telopa's guru is Nagarjuna. Telopa's guru, he said he followed 4 masters. So one is Nagarjuna. So Nagarjuna guru is Saraha. So then through the empowerment, we're talking about empowerment. Then, for example, Guhe Samaja empowerment receive Shakyamuni Buddha arose as a Vajradhara, and then Vajra empowerment, King Indrabhuti in Undiyana. King Indrabhuti, after King Indrabhuti, then there Vajrapani, and after Vajrapani, then there were the Naga, the Nagandrakini to the one master, and through this way, then it come to the it come the receive Saraha, par Saraha. Saraha, from Saraha, the Nagarjuna received that empowerment. So that's where it's all of it, these lineage teachings related Shakyamuni Buddha. So then today I explain about profound teaching of Lord Jigten Sunggung, and then I don't think I'm going to talk how this is the profound, because and also I think this is a karmic connection. We have a karmic connection with this Lord Jigten Sunggung's teaching. So when we practice this teaching, actually this is a special way to practice through fivefold of Mahamudra. So then whether we call named of fivefold of Mahamudra or not, so all the teachings are related about fivefold of Mahamudra. So that's why the first, like the preliminary practice or preparation of a practice is bodhicitta. So bodhicitta has 2, ultimate bodhicitta and relative bodhicitta. So first we should practice relative bodhicitta, and if we do not practice relative bodhicitta, we will not able to reach on the roof of ultimate bodhicitta. So that's where relative bodhicitta is extremely important to gain the realization of ultimate bodhicitta. So then here say generation of bodhicitta, or the preliminary of bodhicitta means the ultimate bodhicitta and relative bodhicitta, both we should practice. And also bodhicitta is the principal cause of enlightenment. Bodhicitta is the best way to wash the obscurations of our mind. So there are 80 thoughts, kinds of thoughts. We say there are 40 different kinds of thoughts of desire, and 33 different kinds of thoughts of angry emotion, and 7 kind of the emotion of ignorance. So total there are 80 thoughts. So these 80 thoughts, step by step, we purify, and then eventually we will gain the realization, which is nature state of mind. Nature state of mind. So in the Dzogpa Chimbo, it calls appearance and increase and attainment. So, but then all of these practices are included. That's included 2 clarities. That is very important to know. 2 clarities which we call, first clarity is clarity of ground. Clarity of ground. And we call it clarity of mother. And then another we call clarity of sun. Or another name is clarity of path. So we have clarity of mother or clarity of ground. We already have that. But if we don't come through clarity of a path, then we cannot reach on the clarity of ground. If we cannot reach on the clarity of ground, we cannot attain Buddhahood. And then if we should come to the clarity of the ground, then I say we should come through the clarity of a path. So how should we come through clarity of path? This is actually is included to through empowerment and through teachings. There are 2. So then teachings has also different categories, and empowerment also has different classifications, for example, 4 empowerments and so forth. So that's where first we should practice through our body, speech, and mind. When we practice through our body, speech, and mind, means we practice through our body, which means, for instance, ear is part of the body. So through ears, we listen teachings. Tongue is part of our body, so we recite mantras. Hands are the parts of our body, so the mudra holding the practice, the mudra of prostration. So, and then legs are part of our body. That's why circumambulate. Even we just sit, we aren't reciting mantras, and we aren't listening teachings. But then there is a 7 point of postures, 7 postures of meditation. Even we just straight our backbone or spine, this is also that means also we are practicing through our body. So what is the benefit practicing through our body? When we practice through this body, it purifies obscurations of channels. So this body is a gross body, and channel is a subtle body. So channel is like a better point, or channel is a very important path. So if the channel, if, for example, we drive a car, if the road is good, then we can safely reach where we should go, and on the way we joyfully can drive, something like that, and we can save our cars. Likewise, if we purifies our channels, and then wind become very comfortable. Our wind will be very comfortable, our wind. So through speech we purify. The second is we should purify through speech. That means speech comes from where? Speech comes from wind, inner wind. So that's where our speech and our wind has special connection, special relation. So when you recite mantras or keep silence, both ways, it helps to your inner wind. So which means inner wind is actually, there are different classifications of inner wind, but this wind is related obscurations. So that's why we call it karmic wind. But when we, whether we come to good words, good speech, or not, is related over wind. So for purifying our wind, first we are going to purify non-virtues of speech. And then we should purify the mind, the obscurations of mind, which means mind has different layers: gross mind and subtle mind. Subtle mind and gross mind is, as I said, 80 kinds of thoughts. They are gross mind. So when we practice, we purify these gross, the obscurations of mind. Then that means we purify this we purify the obscurations of tigre or bindu, which is in our body. So that's where eventually, so three gross things, we purify three gross things: body, speech, and mind. The body, speech, and gross mind. Eventually, subtle mind, subtle wind, subtle channel, they are indivisible. So at that time, we will appear three kayas. We will be able to appear three kayas. So then, then how should we practice? It says first, Namo. So Namo means actually praise and prostration. So Namo, which means we respect or prostrate towards our Guru. So then here says, to the Guru, the utter purity of all appearances and existence. So there is also outer Guru and inner Guru. But we should practice with outer Guru first. And we practice with the outer Guru, and then we will be able to realize inner Guru. So inner Guru and the ground of clarity are same. First we prostrate or respect towards our Guru. That means we are starting to close towards the Guru. And then after the utter purity of all appearances and existence. So all appearances and existence. First, we have to know that what is appearances. So appearances means there are different kinds of appearances. We appear those things, for instance, trees, mountains, people, and so forth. Something appears to our eyes consciousness, something appears to the air consciousness, and something appears mental consciousness. But in the reality, we should understand what are them. They are the miracles of our mind. So all the phenomena are related to our own mind. So that we call first decided that all appearances are the mind. This is not a higher realization, but this is not a lower realization. But if we don't come through this way, we cannot gain the profound realization. So that's when Lord Jigten Sungkun said, actually, the mind-only school's realization is the level of 7 paths. In the Suttarayana, there are 10 paths. But the mind-only school's realization is 7 paths. They exactly says all appearances are the mind. So I say all appearances are mind. And first you little bit agreed. He says that, probably that. That is good. That good. But the best, how should understand is you should decide that. Decisively understand. All appearances are mind. Whose mind? Your mind. And that it has a good example. For example, there is one water in a cup. We see this is a water. And hunger goes to see different, like a pulse and a blood. And gods, they see different. They see as nectars. So this is a good example or kind of a proof that everything is a mind. So in psychologically, if you understand everything is a mind, you can solve many problems. You can be free or freedom from many problems. Right now in this world, there are lots of problems. These problems who make, but first we should know that there are many problems. Some could be free from those problems. Some cannot. But right now I am talking through Dharma methods. In this case, we should understand those appearances are mind. And then Naropa practiced with Telopa, and then at that time Telopa told to Naropa, those appearances cannot hold you. But if you fixate these appearances, those appearances, then they affect to you. So that's where he said, my son, Telopa told to Naropa, my son, don't fixate to those things. What is the fixation? Fixation means something we draw on the paper or wall. Fixation means like that. What is the opposite of fixation? Opposite of fixation is we draw something in the water. We can draw, we can write everything in the water. We cannot finish one letter. For example, I try to draw a lizard in the water. I draw a head of lizard, and then after I reach on the neck, it's already the head, the painting of a head already disappear. And where is that? We try to find, we cannot find it. That's where we should become like water. And these appearances, like a trees, reflection of trees, moons, stars, everything appear in the river. But river is always okay. Water is always okay there. If there is tiger, for example, tiger's reflection reflected in the water, reflection appears in the water. The water has no anxiety. Water is not afraid of that. But sometimes the tiger themselves afraid and try to harm. There is some story, children's stories. In some tiger went to the river and look at the one's reflection, and tiger did not know that is one's reflection, and he tried to kill it. He jumped into the water, something like that. So first we should become like a water. And then another is we should become like mirror. If there is a very huge mirror like this one wall of the temple, if we show there are 5 different colors, one by one, every colors can appear in the mirror, but after we keep these colors in somewhere, and we come to look at the mirror behind, inside, above, at the under, anywhere we cannot find. That means those clothes cannot make imprint in the mirror. Likewise, if we appears different numbers of colors or different things in our mind, so let them come and let them go. Let them go means, usually we say let them go means we push or kick out or we try to remove. Not like that. So they go. They come, which means they go. So that's where if we don't fixation is sometimes like a camera. If there are gorgeous rainbows, after we took a picture, it remains. This picture remains in the camera. But the rainbow, where is it going? We cannot find. So that's where this appearances always appears. Even sometimes good things appear. Sometimes not good things appear. So that's where we try to purify. Purify means we should understand the essence of those things. So what is the essence of appearances? Essence of appearances is union, the kaya. Perhaps you heard like a kayak. I mean, kaya means Buddha's body. So this, and then that Buddha's body is emptiness. So in the reality, in the reality, everything is emptiness. But there are different layers of emptiness. First, we think, okay, emptiness means, for example, there are 4 schools in Buddhism. Vibhashakas school, they also believe emptiness. But their emptiness and Madhyamaka's emptiness are different. And Sutrantikas, they also believe emptiness. Mind-only school believe emptiness. Madhyamaka's schools also believe emptiness. So those 4 schools, they have different layers. For example, before we talk about emptiness, we should a little bit understand about the interdependence. So Vibhashakas, they believe interdependence. Yeah, of course, all Buddhists believe interdependence. Everything is interdependence. But how do they believe? They believe is, everything interdependence means something coming from different things. For example, trees' branches are interdependent with trees, seed of tree. So they only believe through a cause and the effect, cause and result. And then another like mind-only school and Sutrantika schools, they believe interdependence means it's related to each other's. Right hand and left hand, they are related to each other. Where is left hand? Here. In the reality, why do we call this left hand? Because we call right hand. Right hand, left hand. But Madhyamaka say they are also just thoughts. If we examine, if we little bit come into analyze in detail, then this interdependence are just we also make we labeled. In the reality, there's emptiness. So subtle emptiness, subtle interdependence is emptiness, gross emptiness. And then we gain the gross emptiness. Subtle emptiness is a gross emptiness means, for example, where is a book? Is this a first page is the first page book or second? And the cover or this sentence. And then we examine there is no book. And then we think there's no book. This is a gross emptiness. But subtle emptiness and clarity are union. Clarity and subtle emptiness are union means when you gain the realization of emptiness, that emptiness is not a result of analytical examination, or this is not a result of intellectual way of examination. But subtle emptiness means your mind is almost hard to explain. You can feel something and try to explain quite difficult. Like 3 months old baby, if we give them some sweet candy and they can eat, if we ask them what kind of this, they can't explain anything. It's quite similar. So we can feel this everything is very empty, but at the same time we experience bliss. So this is a very subtle emptiness. So whether I say this, how many subtle situations, but the first what should we understand is we don't fixate with those appearances, gross these appearances. If we fixate with them, these appearances are illusory appearances. So if we fixate them, that means we make them real, true. So that's where some problems we make a real problem. If we compare with Milarepa. Milarepa was in the cave, no friend, no food, no clothes. He remained in the very top mountain, even very cold in the winter, because we call it snow-lined, snow mountains. So that's why he overpowered those appearances. And sometimes he saw some ghost. Some ghost came to him. But then he overpowers all these appearances. That's where they become friends. That's very true. So ghost, that is also appear from the reflection. The ghosts are reflection of egoistic mind. Egoistic mind. So if you are scared of ghost, perhaps you can see, of course you can see ghost, perhaps you can hear, perhaps you just imagine about ghost. If you are afraid of ghost, scared of ghost, at that time you should understand how serious our egoistic mind. These Yidam deities, peaceful, wrathful, semi-wrathful, all these Yidam deities appear from mirror-like wisdom. They appears from wisdom. Ghosts, they appears from egoistic mind. So egoistic mind is like an ice. So this ice is the nature of this ice is water. So if we don't put in the fridge that water, if we don't put in the fridge, then it will not frozen, or it does not meet the cold weather. It will not become frozen. So likewise, if egoistic mind, we have egoistic mind. This egoistic mind combined with ignorance and then fixation. So that's through this way, samsara means, the Red Novice say we are samsaric beings. So samsara means that. Who creates samsara? Ignorance, self-grasping, graspings, and then the fixations. So then here says, Namo to the Guru, the utter purity of all appearances and existence. So Guru is utter purity of appearances. Till now I talked different ways. If I try to later clarify about this, what is the Guru and what is the first I say, what is the Guru? Guru is utterly all appearances and existence. So when you see or something, at that time, if you understand the essence of those things, that means you see Guru. that means you see Guru. Guru and ground clarity are same. Guru and ground clarity are same. Guru and path clarity are same. Guru and ground mother clarity are same. Guru and path of clarity are same. So that's where there says, if you practice with those appearances means, for instance, first you should little bit purify your mind. Otherwise, for example, on a mirror there are different the dirt. If you don't make clean that, you cannot see your own face through that mirror. So that's where first, this is an example. So first you are going to make pure, clean your mind for a little bit. How should you clean that is practice bodhicitta, immeasurable bodhicitta, immeasurable compassion. So this is the first step. This is the first step to see utterly pure of all apparent Guru. The first step to see your Guru. Second, and also this is the first fold of Mahamudara. What is the first fold of Mahamudara? Bodhicitta. And then second, then what should you do? Is you are going to bring the sun of clarity into the laps of mother's clarity. Mother clarity. So that means first you see those your Guru, for example, like a human form. You see as a human form. At that time, first you gain devotion. You arise devotion. Without arise devotion, you see Guru is very normal person. When you see Guru is as normal person, blessing is normal. If you see your Guru as yidams, their blessing transform into the siddhi. In this life or next life, you need something, they receive from the Guru. Because Guru is, you see Guru as a yidam. And then if you see Guru as dharmakāya, then you will become dharmakāya. You will become dharmakāya. So that's why first arise devotion towards the Guru. The devotion means actually devotion. The sign of devotion is the goosebump on your body when you see, remember your Guru. Immediately there are some goosebumps and tears come from your eyes. So then your mind, your feeling is very kind of pleasant, but still kind of internally smiles. Internally, your feeling, your feeling shows you smiles. So that means internally you are very pleasant. Internally you are pleasant, kind of a joy, and also you willing to cry. And the tears automatically comes from your eyes and goosebumps. And then immediately, kind of unconditionally, you start to arise your hands in your heart chakra, the mudra of the prostrations. So this is the devotion. Faith and devotion are quite different. Faith means you believe. It's quite like a decision. But devotion is related to bliss, great bliss. So at that time, the ice of your mind start to melt in the water. And then, through this way, if you supplicate Guru, actually that is the supplication, your supplication to the Guru. And then at that moment, this feeling is unexplainable or unfathomable, which means you say, my feeling is like that. It's quite hard to explain. But at that time, you start to melt the snow on the Guru. How to say? Your devotion is like the sun. In the fivefold of Mahamudra, it says your devotion is like the sun. The sun shines, and then the snow start to melt, and then you receive nectars from Guru. So that's where, at that moment, you have no more thinking, no more thoughts, because you close the doors of many thoughts, many doors of thoughts. So at that time, your mind has only Guru. So this is very much related. That's your levels of practice. If you see your devotion is the level of that see as a Guru is dharmakāya, you can see Guru's form right now. What you see? Only you can appear Guru right now. What Guru's face and body and like action, just that appears to you in your mind. And then if you practiced well and you see that means Guru appears you as dharmakāya. Okay, and then if you have your own yidam deity, and then you practice well with yidam deity through devotion with the Guru, so you at that time Guru appears you as yidam deity. So we visualize generation and completion stages, but sometimes hard to appear the yidam. And sometimes the yidam appears, just it appears like a picture. No feeling, no cities, just appear. But if you your devotion increases towards Guru, and you can see Guru as yidam, at that time when that yidam appears, almost yidam speaks you, almost hold you, touch you, something like that. You feel it really. So that's where at that moment you see Guru as Sambhogakāya. And then when you see yidam, your arise your devotion arises your devotion, and then at that moment your Guru appears to you. First, your Guru, whatever yidams or the dharmakāya way or appears, it's right after the ordinary thoughts automatically disappear. Disappear means it does not mean you blog never appears, something like that, okay? Still you appears different thoughts, but they appears at the same time Guru appears to you. And then at that moment you understand, oh, your mind is the Guru and Guru is your mind. That's how I try to explain you that sun of clarity comes into the labs of clarity of mother. So at that time, then your clarity and Guru become non-duality, indivisible. So that is the devotion is also one fold of Mahamudra. Five fold of Mahamudra. And then usually you practice Yidam deities. At that time, just you recite mantras. Yeah, mantras are very important. There are different ways to recite mantra. Mantra with numbers, mantra with times, mantra with visualizations through the 4 special ways. So mantra with numbers means if you don't know so much about the visualizations, you recite mantra 100,000 or 200,000 or 600,000 or whatever you recite. That is one way of accumulate mantra. Second is you don't particularly count mantras, but it's depend your time. Or I'm going to retreat for 1 month. In the 1 month, I'm not particularly using malas, but for 1 month, I'm going to recite mantra and visualize yidams. This is one way. Or at that time, you use your mala and recite mantra. That's fun. And another way is that you particularly visualize mantras. This mantra garland. First, you place mantra, for example, around the syllable Hong. And then round of there, after you place mantras, and then let them garland. And then they garland, and then slowly radiate lights. And then you offer all the things to the gurus and yidams and buddhas. And then from these lights come into the main mantra, main syllable again, and then radiates that towards the mother thinking beings and the lower realms, and it purifies their negative karmas. So this is also another way of practice the mantra. But for practice yidams means it very much related mantras too, recite mantras. But that's I'm talking through speech, how to practice through speech. But mentally, how should we practice yidams? It's pure perception is extremely important. Pure perception. Pure perception is there are many methods in the Vajrayana teachings. So some practitioners they cannot practice as the Sutarayana methods. It's okay actually. For example, when Shakyamuni Buddha went to the Udayana, at that time King Indrabhuti was there, and King Indrabhuti asked Buddha, I would like to practice Dharma very much, but I cannot become like a monastic. Like you. At that time Buddha was monastic, yeah? And then do you have any other way of method to practice? And then Buddha started to teach Vajrayana and gave empowerment, so forth. And then the King Indrabhuti, he practiced, and then all of his kingdom or his people practiced, and everybody liberated. That land, his place became pure land. So that's where for practice yidam deities, first pure perception is very important. Pure perception means we don't imagine that this body is a very ordinary body. So we should understand these 5 aggregates are the 5 family Buddhas. 5 family Buddhas means there are 5 wisdoms: mirror-like wisdom, discriminating wisdom, and equality wisdom, so forth. So from these wisdoms, luminosity of these wisdoms, then Buddhas appear. So that's where always we try to focus through pure perception. Even we look at the clouds in the sky, we try to see the form of one's yidam or one's guru. So that means pure perception. And then when we focus about the rivers, they are darkness. They are these Samhita bodies. The female of Samhita Bada, consort of Samhita Bada. Or this is the consort of the Guhe Samaja. So if you perceive through this way, they are. In front of impure perception, there are 5 elements. And in front of pure perceptions, the 5 yidams. And the more pure the perceptions, purified the perceptions, then 5 wisdoms. And eventually, then intrinsic awareness. We can see intrinsic awareness. So that's where we don't follow illusory appearances. We should follow pure appearances. If we do this, then this is also a practice of 5-fold of Mahamudra. Perhaps you ask me, today he plans to teach the Space-Expanse Supplication, but he explained about 5-fold of Mahamudra. Perhaps you think like that. If you have this question in your mind, that's a good question. But Lord Jigten Sunggu said all the practices are combined with 5-fold of Mahamudra. And then particularly this teaching is very much related, the 5-fold of Mahamudra. So then it says, I offer all appearances and existence arise from the primordial ground. So that means offer means give. Give you. Give who? Vajradhara or Guru. So that's where if you directly cannot see your Guru as Vajradhara, and you try your mind create, my Guru is Vajradhara, but you don't have feeling. So that's where first you should trust that your Guru realizes the natural state of mind. This is very important. Then you see your Guru as blue color who holding like this. So that is the how you will be able to see your Guru as dharmakāya. So you should trust. If you have this trusting, then devotion is also easily arise. When devotion arises from you, around few hours, you ceased your thoughts. You don't want to particularly cease your thoughts, but they will. So here says, I offer. Offer means they are offering like unsurpassable and surpassable offering things. So all of these offering things are important, but the highest offering thing is unsurpassable things. That means the best offering things, you recognize that your mind and guru are same. When you recognize your mind and guru are same, at that time, clarity of a path or clarity of a sun comes to the clarity of lips of mother. That means these two clarities become union. So we are not, how to say, deluded in the ground clarity. With the ground clarity, we are deluded. I think delusion, or we misunderstanding about the clarity of path, clarity of sun. So all of these appearances are the yidam deities, and the lands are pure land, and the thoughts are the wisdoms. The Dugongpa, king of Dhamaraja, said, if you are going to practice very well about the generation and completion stages, you need pure perception. Pure perception. So, and then you offer means this, the best offering is you offer. Offer means you realize that you and the guru are the same. Your mind and the guru's mind are the same. They are same. But in the relative truth, different. Buddha create relative truth and then make different. Not like that. Buddha did not make like 2 pages like that, or 2 face. But it happened in our life. This is karma. So that's why first we trust that guru's mind and our mind are same. For example, there are 2 cups, both are empty. So inside is the space. So that's why if we open these cups, these space are union. Then their spaces are no different. Likewise, if we realize, first we believe and then trust and then we gain some feelings. So that is the best offering. But at the same time, a surprisable, unsurprisable offering and the surprisable offering. There are 2 kind of offerings. Surprisable, I think surprisable offering. This is like through saying good things through your speech, like praise Buddhas and gurus, and then offering things like a 7 and 8 branch of those offering things. These are also important to connect with your guru. Then it says paramajor ground. It's paramajor ground and fundamental of your natural state of your mind are always same. So paramajor ground, when can you realize that? Only guru recommend you. Only guru. We try to realize this paramajor ground how many times? We cannot. So rhinoceros, have you heard rhinoceros? That means only one horn on the nose. This is a metaphor. There is one practical Buddhas. They are stay in the remote place for many years and meditate. And they don't follow guru. They don't follow guru, but they attain arhatship. So in the future, I will teach about the tenets or schools. At that time, I will explain more details about which path, how many accumulate marriage, and then how they become arhatship, something like that. But they cannot become Buddha, which means here's a paramajor ground. They were not able to realize paramajor ground. So I'm not criticize them, but this is nature. This is natural. So the guru is extremely important. Right now we say guru is important. Yes, first we heard about outer guru is important. Yes, I'm saying that. But at the same time, we should understand guru is important means paramajor ground is important. Where is paramajor ground in your mind? Even I trust that you, right now I'm staying here and you are listening there. So my paramajor ground and your paramajor ground has different layer. My paramajor ground is higher. Because I'm still little higher throne, and your paramajor ground is low because you stay in the low part. If I be honest means if I ask myself, my honest answer is no different. So your guru is in your mind. My guru is in my mind. And your guru and my guru are same. They are no different. But who helps us to know that? Outer guru. And that outer guru and our inner paramajor ground are same. So eventually, Rinpoche often taught us that eventually we should bring all the teachings in the one way and put into the action in the mind and melt in the mind, stage of mind. That is very important. So if we do that, then here says, I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. So here combined with Bodhicitta, and also it says, please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. So please grant blessings. What is the blessing? Many people little confused about blessing. What is a blessing? I don't mean I know special way, but in relative form or relative truth, I can introduce. What is the blessing? Blessing means Guru say something. Guru say something. For example, answer the Dharma, your question. At that time, you are very agreed that, oh, exactly. That means Guru's blessing grant in your mind. That is Guru's blessing of Guru's speech blessing. And then Guru's blessing of the body means you see Guru at the same time you have a very special feeling, special love. Those are the Guru's blessing of body, and it's related to your feeling. And then Guru's realization, emptiness, and your realization, they are the union. That means the Guru's also blessing. Anyhow, Guru's blessing connect your feeling, okay? And then here says, please grant blessing to empty samsara from its depths. Actually, in Tibetan it says, Korwa Tongtok. Tongtok means internally, very deeply we are going to make empty the samsara. Depths, oh exactly it says, yeah, depths, from its depths. So that means we have ignorance. We have ignorance. Ignorance means we are blinded to see paramajor ground or intrinsic awareness. So we should purify that. We should understand the essence of this ignorance. That is called the empty samsara from its depths. Otherwise, if we destroy one land, we cannot make empty the deeps of samsara. How to say? We cannot make empty of samsara. How to say? We cannot make the. We cannot empty the samsara. So empty. Make empty the samsara means samsara is here in our mind. Ignorance. So ignorance is king, like a king. And then it has two ministers according to Madhyamaka and Mahayana tradition. Individual grasping or self-grasping or grasping of phenomena. Self-grasping means I. Phenomena is then my hand, my shoes, something like that. And then they have many kind of helpers, which are the 80 kinds of desire. The 40 kinds of desires, and 33 kinds of angry emotion, and 7 kinds of ignorance, and so forth. And then we say more numbers. There are 84,000 of afflictive emotion. Each afflictive emotion has 84,000 afflictive emotions. So if we go expanse, then there are lots. So we should purify. So that's where whenever we understand the ground, primordial ground, at that moment we make emptied samsara from its depths. Yeah. So here says, Guru, please bless me. Guru, please grant your blessing to grant blessing to empty samsara from its depths. The reason we supplicate Guru is that. And also Guru, internally we say mind, externally there's a Guru, between there is a mind. If we understand the secret of mind, we can solve many problems. We can healing the wound. There are special method from Lord Jigten Sunggu. Lord Jigten Sunggu said, the real, what is our mind? If you ask, this is Hong syllable Hong. And who is Guru? If you don't understand, that is still also Hong. Hong, Guru, and mind are same. So if you have a wound, and you need to recover this wound, the Lord Jigten Sunggu said, first you visualize white Hong in this wound. In the wound, you visualize Hong. And then from this, the Hong radiate light, white lights. So at that time, you have your experience very blessing instead of pain, hurts. You experience very, like a pleasant or blessing bliss. And then you practice through this way for many times. Practice. And at that moment, if you have some negative thoughts, supplicate Guru. And sometimes you generate bodhicitta. Those are important. And then you practice more, and there are not particular time. For example, 7 days you practice that, and after meditate with a white Hong syllable and experience that bliss, and then blue dark Hong, visualize blue dark Hong inside. From there, as like a strong fire flames appear. So that's where then the Jigten Sunggu says there is no doubt to healing your wound. So that is also a blessing of Guru. And right now I'm talking only about the wound. Same like if you have one thought that interrupts you so much, it's so uncomfortable. First you acknowledge that feeling, and then on this feeling you visualize syllable Hong like a needle, how to say, put on the apple, on an apple. So you visualize slip home and then do same like this, apply same method, and then you will free from this problem. So these as here says, the guru is the everything. That's very, very true. So if we need to accomplish many cities, or we need to free from suffering, it's very much related guru. And then next verse, Lord with 5 omniscient wisdoms, crown ornaments, kind, one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible, pressible by words or thoughts. Oh yeah. So here's a Lord with 5 omniscient wisdoms. Crown ornament. Crown ornament means actually the Yidam deities, there are 5 ornaments. Crown ornament. There are 5 things which are the represents of 5 family Buddhas. But in this case, the crown ornament means we very much respect to the guru. We can always can carry on the crown, our crown. That means very respect. The reason is Lord with the 5 omniscient wisdom. So what is the guru's qualities? For example, there is this quality of soccer. They have special talents. They understand how to play the ball, how to lead the time members, and how to kick the ball. So how to focus before they kick ball, and how do they pass to other time members, something like that. They have some qualities, yeah. Likewise, these our Lord Guru, the quality is 5 wisdoms. 5 wisdoms. 5 wisdom. Number 1, 5 wisdom is a mirror-like wisdom. Mirror-like wisdom, that means why Guru possess or endowed with the mirror-like wisdom? Because Guru purifies angry emotion. So how does Guru purify angry emotion? When angry emotion arises in Guru's mind, Guru does not try to run away, or the Guru does not try to utilize antidotes. But Guru suddenly look at the essence of this angry emotion. When Guru suddenly look at that angry emotion, and this angry emotion, the essence appear to the Guru. For example, if I wear a very serious, wrathful mask, there is a kid, and kid is very scared. When I was a young kids, I have some experience. So they shows that some old friend, they shows something like that. For example, I say I miss my mom, and I non-stop to cry. Sometimes my mom went to the different monastery for receiving empowerments, and then I say I miss my mom and cry. No matter there's some food or something, but cry. And then my siblings or elder siblings, they say don't cry, but I non-stop to cry. And then they shows kind of this serious mask, and sometimes they just they say, oh, ghost coming to eat you, something like that. So it's very scary, yeah. And they off or remove this mask, and I see their beautiful face. Oh, I'm relaxed. I was relaxing. It's very similar that angry emotion appears to Yidam deity, to our Guru, and then Guru suddenly look at the anger emotion very comfortably, very comfortably. And then angry emotion, shames or shy to show wrathful like these actions, and it shows one's nature. And then Guru see the nature, and then it's support to Guru's mind, consciousness. That means Guru attends wisdom of mirror-like wisdom. Very clear, very clear. And then only one emotion arises to the Guru, angry emotion arises, and other 32 kinds of angry emotion. I told you there's 33 kinds of angry emotion, yeah? So other angry emotions also melt into the wisdom. Like then it's mirror like wisdom. It's very clear. And then if Guru want to see Vajrasattva, boom, it suddenly appears there. Like we click the remote control in the television. Boom, they appear really. The Vajrasattva appears. And then Guru wants to communicate with the Vajrasattva for sure. And the Guru wants to touch from Vajrasattva, so hands or other parts of body, for sure. So that's where it happens. And then for us, I mean, during the ordinary being, when we are in ordinary beings, angry emotion arises. Suddenly, we don't care angry emotion. We don't try to watch angry emotion, of course. Suddenly, we're looking other side. So there is a say, the target is east direction, but you shoot the arrow in the west direction. There is a say, very similarly, what we do is anger emotion arises directly, we focus people, other people. And then we start to criticize. Then we create enemies, and then they become enemy. So that's where the challenge. So that's why difference is like that. We should understand the anger emotion. So usually we think, Buddha conquered 4 maras. We always think there's outer maras. But in reality, Buddha conquers inner maras. When he was 35 years old, in the one night, how can conquer outer maras? He did not move. Even he did not come out of his postures. Then how he conquered maras? So he sit under the tree, Bodhi tree, near the Narenzana river, and then around 4:30, he attained Buddhahood. So that means between the 2 a.m. to 4:30, between there, he conquered his inner subtle maras. So inner maras conquered, outer maras naturally disappear. So angry emotion is inner mara. So Guru sees inner angry emotion, and then in angry emotion shames, and then try it just to show its nature, and Guru found benefit from there. So, and then next is that discriminating wisdom. So discriminating wisdom, same like discriminating wisdom means Guru sees those things, and discriminating means, there is a table. This is a very good table. I need it. Guru think that, or when see Guru this table, this is impermanence. How does it impermanence? Because it's established by the many things. That's why we call compounded phenomena. Okay, if we separate each and every part, it's called interdependence. And then think more, this is emptiness. So then something like that. And then the negative example is some, for example, guru's headache. Where is the head? Ears, nose, eyes separate, there is no head. And the headache is zero, illusory. So that's where then guru's feeling, instead of headache, guru feel bliss, happy. And then guru want to see Amitabha Buddha appears there. Amitabha Buddha appears there. And then guru wants to talk with Amitabha Buddha, of course. So, and then at the same time, guru purifies attachment. Attachment. As I said, there are 40 kinds of attachment. When attachment arises, ordinary attachment arises, and then I want, you don't. Something, this feeling is the problem. This is attachment, desire. And so that's where look at the essence of attachment. When attachment arises, look at the attachment. The reason is attachment shows its nature, its essence. So attachment is a very temporary happiness. But if we experience the essence of attachment, it is a great bliss. This bliss is unfathomable, unexplainable. So at that time, all other 39 kinds of desires or so eliminates. Eliminates means they transform into the discriminating wisdom. And then after this accomplishment of wisdom is related ignorance, not jealousy. Jealousy is actually not part of mind. Jealousy is a part of mentality. In the Abhidharmakosha text, there's 47 mentalities, and also there is completely knowledge of Abhidharma, another text. It says 51 mentalities. Mind and mentalities are very important to understand, because in the Dharma there are many knowledge, very, very useful knowledges in this century, in this modern century. In this modern century, there are lots of problems, but there are many solutions. They are also wonderful, great, appreciations. It's a very appreciative, how to say it, I appreciate them. But in the Dharma, before I think our Dharma means for only attain Buddhahood. But the more focus, learned, and found more things, exactly then each day, how should we help these beings? There are thousands of methods. So the problem is that until now, people did not connect those methods and problems. This is the one problem. So we should start. We should start to bring those Dharma methods, and we should benefit. Some who has mental problems, some who lost their positions, good jobs, or some lost friends, or some scared about ghost, or some has the problem, the way of thinking. So there are many problems. Some has the many competitions. So I have confidence that all the solutions are in the Dharma text. So we should bring them. You should learn them. only one person cannot help. Actually, I don't mean only I'm here for the helper, but there are amazing, like the sun and moons, that of course they liberate us from samsara. Right now I'm talking about temporarily how should help. So many people think, oh, dharma only help to attain Buddhahood. That is a profound help, but dharma doesn't help in the like a psychologically or so forth. That is, I mean, that is tell no, we have less experience in dharma. So there are lots of methods, so we should bring them. And how reduce attachment. So what kind of attachment arises, how should apply that's antidote or something, method to free from those thoughts, something like that. There are many, but so if there is a medicine pill and there is I have some problems, if I don't take this medicine pill, then medicine pill just put in the expensive glass or something, or it's covered by the expensive clothes, the fabrics, it cannot recover us. Number one. Number two is exactly you should listen that if that person say you take this medicine pill with warm water, after don't eat those food, that food, you should listen. This is important. And sometimes it little takes time. It little takes time to give result, but there's confidence to there are special method to free from those problems. So jealousy means actually one would like to accomplish something, but then this feeling is very subtle, so it's hidden in our mind, so it not frequently appear as angry emotion. So it's quite hard to understand that is my jealousy, but it interrupts a lot in my mind. Always uncomfortable. What? I'm not hungry, I'm not cold, not heat, not a headache, not my stomach, something like that, but still it's uncomfortable. What is that? Oh, jealousy. So jealousy, when jealousy appear, jealousy actually comes from two emotions. Anger emotion spend little part in the emotion of jealousy, and attachment also little spend this. So this combination of anger emotion and jealousy, then that attachment, that's called jealousy. So then we should same method. We should in the gurus how they do. There are many methods. For example, applying rejoicing is also a great way to. Rejoicing is actually a method to prevent jealousy, and also rejoicing press down jealousy. But sometimes it comes up. So that's the best method is we watch jealousy. So meditation means always we frequently watch our thoughts. So and then jealousy disappear, there are great joys arise. There is a joy, supreme joy, something in the Vajrayana different empowerments. It included, it purifies jealousy. And then if we are going to see amongasiddhi, we can see with the north direction there are amongasiddhi. Amongasiddhi appears wisdom, accomplishing wisdom. If we have accomplishing wisdom, we can see amongasiddhi. For example, in the Dzogpa Chimbo practitioners, there is a outer order, we call it tugar, and cutting the thoughts, that is we call tikchu. So there are two ways. During the tugar practice, we're looking at the sun, not directly but a little below there. And then there are different cycles of the the light appears. So we watch there, continually watch. Eventually yidams appear there. And then there, how many cycles you make there, you make mist appear, then more yidams appear there. So that means at that time also you are purifying your emotions. So right now it's very directly. We don't apply those different methods. We directly watch hold our thoughts, catch our thoughts, and watch it. At that time, then these yidams, when we need to appear them, yidams appear. The result, only yidam appear, not like that. Then they helps us. And then expense of quality, I think expense of qualities wisdom. That is also the ignorance. Ignorance means I'm not sure. It is not sleepy, but I'm not clear. Or sometimes we think, oh, everything is immediately forget. I don't know why I forget this. Immediately forget. Right now, Guru gave some path instructions, I forget. So lots of things are related to ignorance. Ignorance is actually ignorance possesses all beings. All beings. There are thick in the middle level and a very small part of ignorance. Or same like we should purify ignorance through watching that. And then quality, I think wisdom, equality, wisdom, I think total all these 5 wisdoms. So Guru possesses them. So that's where it appears. We see the tankas, for example, Sambhogakayas, they have 5 the crown ornaments. That means they possess 5 wisdoms. The reason they have 5 wisdoms because they purifies 5 afflictive thoughts. The reason they purifies 5 afflictive thoughts because they see these 5 elements are the 5 purity things. So that's then it says ornaments kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words and thoughts. If we try to explain Guru for eons, we cannot. We praise, we try to explain Guru's qualities. It's unlimited, infinite. They have possessed infinite qualities. So that is, then we are so grateful for Guru. So now we say that we should feel it. So also sometimes I say the Dharma practice means you should practice with the feeling. Even we recite these sadhanas, meditation, practicing meditation, or teachings and listenings, all we do with the feeling, then it's really benefit. So this we practice with the feeling 1 time, 2 time, and 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 2 weeks, and slowly then we will become familiar. There says, Shantideva says, Buddhacharya, it says, if you try to familiar, after you become familiar, everything is easy peasy. Really, it says, in that text says, if you don't familiar, everything is difficult. So right now, if you ask me to recite ABCD, I quickly can recite that because I'm little familiar on there. So if I ask my brother, first I taught A, B, and then let he say it, I think he stuck there. So that means if we're not familiar, then everything's difficult. So that's where everyday practice, watch mind and practice, and then practice means there are many kinds of practice. Something. Sometimes you asked me like that. That's profound questions. Actually, these Dharma friends ask questions are really amazing. Really, I always rejoice that those questions. And now we start to become familiar in practice. Of course, you can to do retreat, wonderful. And if you can study it from different schools about Dharma, wonderful. And you receive many teachings, those things are wonderful. At the same time, we practice with our thoughts. When we free from each thought, really there's happiness. So we try to practice. Right now you have some facing problems, challenges. Perhaps they are good things. Unfortunate thing turned into fortunate thing. That is only Dharma way, Dharma methods. So many unfortunate things turned into fortunate situations. So that's we always try to watch our thoughts and free from thoughts. That is important, okay? And then they say, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn, as the unfathomable dharmakāya. I supplicate you with melodies, verbally. That is also good things, but here it does not say that yet. Yeah, it says, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Core of my mind it's very important. This word is very important for me because I'm going to teach this part. So core of my mind, it's very important to you. To you too, yeah. So core of my mind means if we if we remember Guru with devotion, and then the devotion developed, increased, and we attain dharmakāya. That is how we supplicate Guru from the core of our mind. The Guru's mind and my mind are same. This is creation. I already said these are good, wonderful things, but now we are step by step should go up. So that's where supplicate you means Guru, yeah, you means Guru. Supplicate you from core of our mind means we understand our primordial mind. So that supplication is the supplication of dharmakāya. And if we do that, then bless me from within the state of dharmata. From dharma, space of dharma, bless from space of dharmata means, what is that? Maintain. For example, I realize that my Guru is my paramoj, the dharmakāya, or I realize my paramojal wisdom. At that moment, then I could maintain on this stage or not. It's related to Guru's blessing. So then with the here it says, bless me. Still we need bless. So bless me from within the state of dharmata. So may I maintain there continually. Not for temporary experience and then disappear. Not like that. So bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn. Primordially pure, that's I already explained, probably you understand. After these 80 kinds of thoughts purifies, this is primordial wisdom. Usually I counted 5 wisdoms, there are more than 5 wisdoms. And then unborn. Unborn means usually it's something arise, then they disappear. So the all compounded phenomena are not unborn. So they are born and then impermanent. So unborn means Vajra. Vajra means unshakable, unchangeable. That means always. Vajradhara means that's always. So Buddha, Guru's mind is Vajradhara or dharmakāya, which means the Guru is always rest on the stage of dharmakāya. Whether, no problem, there's a water flood or there's a fire burns, no problem, always in dharmakāya. And then Guru's speech is Sambhogakāya, means then Guru teach is profound teachings. Through this teaching, many people free from the samsara and sufferings. And then Guru's, the body is Nirmanakāya, means then there are actually it's union with the compassion and bodhicitta. So through this way, then Guru benefit us, Guru help us. And then the Guru is as the unfathomable dharmakāya, and we also attain unfathomable dharmakāya. So this supplication explanation is this. So then always practice dharma, the beginning and end, there are two responsibilities, dedication, and then we how to say, first we generate compassion, bodhicitta. So I often say that we always try to help externally environment, internally all beings. So compassion and bodhicitta are extremely important, and we generate compassion, bodhicitta. Don't worry, when we generate compassion, bodhicitta, how many times we do it, our compassion, bodhicitta not exhaust. They increase. When they increase, then at that time we also what decrease? Our own problems decrease. So first, compassion and bodhicitta is extremely important, and then actual practice or main practice is this. Realize the nature state of mind, and then that last or third practice is dedication. So dedication means we are not greed over merits. We not greeding over merits. So we dedicate with generosity. We practice generosity. We give this merit to all mother sentient beings. Give means, that's also, in Tibetan there's a pin. Pin means benefit others. Yun means receipt. Some receipt come back. So that means dedication means, we always think dedication means give something. In the reality, not like that. Dedication means we have some virtues, and we multiple that. For example, I write only one. Okay, this is a good example. If I recorded one mantra, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, and I recorded after I shared your phone, everybody's phones, and I ask you, please save this recording. Something like that. Merits means like that. And then one day I want it, I ask anyone, and then I can get back. So that's where merits means not exhaust over merits. Sorry, dedication means not finish over merits, but we multiple that. So then already we have some great thing. For example, we create one seed, and then the dedication means it's grow many kind of leaves or petals and something like that. So that's where now let us dedicate our merits. Okay, page number 56. When we dedicate, compassionately dedicate, there are many beings each day they pass away. For the sake of them we dedicate, and many beings who are living, we dedicate them to accomplish their wishes, and then may they attain Buddhahood after this life. So for that reasons we dedicate. Page number 56. Ma ho ngom sar san je na wan da ye su ju bo do je jen bo da yon de san ba de je do na la san je jang san ba me go je go de jiang za ba de me ba ye de wai jin xie xia wei xian gan de da ye de ne zhen bei zhe ma da jie wai xian jie ba ma zhe ba re de re jian nan de xiang tuan xiu de ge da ge ma la da ba ye zhou jue san jie jiang san dam jie jie gen min zhe bar xin jie lab de so da ya da ban zan zhe ya awan bo da na ya so wa. Okay.
May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you so much. May your bodhicitta increase higher and higher, and may you benefit all beings. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Khenpo,
Thank you.
for this profound and thorough teaching on the supplication prayer. And for everyone, please join us tomorrow for the Lama Chopa and Dharmapalas on Sunday. And until next time, be well.
Thank you.